Well, I hope this works the first time. Ah, two things to talk about today, quite simple. One, when you buy fruit from someone else to make juice, you need to kind of get to know what you're getting into. And that is the fruit sometimes just may not ferment out the way you like it. And once you have it, you own it. So you need to learn lessons from it. For example, I had 8 bins of fruit this year, and that included Ida Red, Fuji, Gala, somebody else. And overall, I'm a wee bit disappointed. Now, the grower and I get along just fine, and I talked to the grower, and we grow differently, and that's just fine. He's a commercial grower. He can only pick when he has pickers available, which means, like a lot of commercial operations, the fruit isn't ripe when it's picked. Because if it does go into storage for fresh market, you don't want it spoiling in storage, even if you have a fungal spray on it to keep that from happening. It's just not really ripe. I got 10 bricks. My juice is 10 bricks from this grower. And I'm talking about $1,000 worth of fruit. My fruit that I pick at the peak of ripeness with the Jolly Green Giant is coming in at 15 bricks for the varieties I grow. I recently heard of someone growing a variety that came in at 20 bricks. Oh, be still my foolish heart. So when you buy fruit to press, get to know your grower. If you can pick yourself and you have the help, I don't, do it if you can. This is expensive fruit for me because not only was I paying, whoa, Lord, $150 a bin, plus renting a truck, plus fuel, plus I still use my personal trailer to return the bins. It was 2 trips because I saw an opportunity to get fruit before the season ended, and I went back again for 4 bins and 4 bins. That's expensive fruit. It's also one of the closest orchards near me other than my own. I cannot and never plan to grow enough fruit to supply myself with juice through a full season. I fully plan on buying fruit from somewhere else. Uh, I will be looking at other orchards, uh, even private home orchards. But the big problem is labor. And for picking and all that hoopla, it's an issue. So have metrics. When you get your juice and it's in the tank, take metrics on it. Keep notes. What was the gravity? I work in bricks. I like it. What was the acid, total acidity? Now, I will take total acidity numbers after the ferment is done. It's just easier for me. But keep track of the numbers. And if you can, keep track of the numbers by variety. But it doesn't always matter. We had a horrible season here in Pennsylvania, like others did, but we had a lot of pouring rain right before and during harvest. I got a lot of really insipid fruit. Wet, but insipid. The other thing is when you're buying fruit from my cider varieties, I'm lucky if I get 50 gallons in a bin. They're drier. I don't, I just, my soils and everything being what they are, they're drier. Um, when I bought bins, 20 bushel bins from this guy, I'm getting like about 65 gallons to the bin. Oh, what's the problem? Well, I bought bins based on 50 gallons. I'm running out of storage for that much juice. I had my back against the wall. I'm giving it away. I'm doing what I can. and I'm done. But plan ahead that you might need more storage. The Spidell tanks are kind of handy. You know, if you get just even a couple 60 or 100 liter and have them there, that might be what you need just to absorb the rest, and then you give away the rest. So that's part one. Know your juice. Be fussy about your sources, and have expectations. Now, if you buy juice and you're wondering why is this juice so expensive, it's not only are you paying for their labor, but federal law says business to business sales of juice, they must have a 5-log reduction, be it pasteurization or UV. I can only speak to the UV systems. They're frightfully expensive to operate, and that's a burden cost built into the juice. So I've thought about buying IBCs of juice, but they're really expensive, and I'm kind of wondering, is it worth it? Because I will be testing the juice on site to accept or reject, and I will be telling the manufacturer, the grower, I will accept or reject based on if you don't have enough sugar or you don't have enough acid. And yeah, I'll check pH, but if need be, I'll spin down in the back of my car and do total acidity. So it's a thing. It's a very expensive business on that side of the house, and you don't want to waste time and money. Secondly, this gizmo right here. I'm 66 years old, and I'm just not the hunka burn of love I used to be. And kegs are heavy, and I'm delivering to a bar in town right now, and I hope to do more of that. And schlepping from the parking lot to wherever the front door is or the back door is, I'm tired of schlepping, even sixtels. The reason I went with sixtels to start with is because I don't want to carry anything heavier. This is from Webstaurant. It's a keg dolly, whatever. I'll put a link in the bottom. It's one of the few things you can buy from them that they don't tack on $1 million of shipping. And it's worth it. Absolutely freaking worth it for moving a full keg if you got to walk a couple blocks. And if you've got more than one keg or you've got something bigger than a sixtel, you need it. Okay. You've got to move kegs around. You want to have this product. Unlike the ones where you've got a cradle on the bottom and whatnot, this hook for both corny kegs and standard kegs, a sixtel, it hooks through the handle right here, and it's lifting the keg up. You're lifting it off the ground and transferring all the weight to the wheels. Beautiful part about that is when you stop and you rock it forward, that little hook just comes out and you pull it away. But it's not going to bounce off the dolly when you hit a bump going down the sidewalk. That's a beautiful thing. Last but not least, I didn't include this in the agenda, is this. This is a cider that I kegged 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It's been under CO2 the whole time. The color is gorgeous. This is nothing but bittersweets. Okay, so there may be some Redfield in here. There's definitely Dabinet in here. There might be some Yarlington Mill in here. I've got the ticket in the other room. Oh, Tremlett's Bitter, Redfield, Harrison, and some Grimes Golden. Oh my Lord. It's really, really good. So when you don't have enough to keg and get fair market price for it, remember you're worthy. Give it as gifts. Have friends over. This would be the Cider Maker's Reserve. It's for you. You deserve it. And it also reminds you what you're capable of, because every now and then if someone really wants it, you can say, okay, I can sell you a keg, but it's going to cost you 3 times as much as that Papa Hall flavored keg I sold you that most of the people out there like. I'm not bottling right now, even though I have a bottler, because I don't have enough people to bottle. Those 3. So anyway, this is my catch up. It is now December 8th. It's Friday. I'm hoping you're having a good day. When I run some errands, I come back, I got to wash the floor. And I'm starting to sanitize, bag, and run stuff into the hayloft to get floor space back, sink space, and clean things up and get into a season of watching my tanks and planning. In the meantime, I am also kegging, and I'll do another video on how I keg. You might find it useful. Take care. Talk to y'all later. Oh, glub, glub, glub in the background. That's my community airlock over there, keeping the CO2 level in the room to a minimum because it all ends up going out the door. Bye-bye.